A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. In our previous videos, we discussed that how we can find out the vertical stress in a homogeneous soil mass using this simple equation in which we can multiply the unit weight of the soil and the depth of interest or the depth of that particular point or that soil element. In another video, we discussed that how we can find out the total vertical stress at that particular point A, and if we experience different layers in the field, for example layer 1, layer 2 and layer 3, and we explained that we can find out using adding the weights of different layers, for example multiplying the unit weights of one particular layer with the depth of that layer, then the unit weight of the second layer with the depth of the second layer, and the unit weight of the third layer, and multiplying it with the D3, that depth, and we can find out the unit weight. We can find out the vertical stress in the multi-layered soil. Now in today's video we are going to study that what if we encounter a water table at a certain depth in the field. For example, if we call that depth as ZW, and this is the ground surface, and we are asked to find out the vertical stress sigma Z or sigma V at this particular point A. Now the soils above the water table and below the water table are treated separately. Now here we need to note down that we can use the unit weight or the bulk unit weight for this soil layer 1. I would call that as soil 1, and we need to use the saturated unit weight for soil layer 2. Basically we need to deal that as two-layer problem because the unit weights will be different above the water table and below the water table. So let's start with finding the total stress in a soil mass below the water table. So we will use the unit weight from the soil 1 and the depth, which is the ZW, for soil 1, and we will add the gamma saturated term, and now we need to find out this height, and we need to subtract the ZW from Z. Where gamma is the unit weight, ZW is the depth of the water table, this is the unit weight of soil 1, here is the saturated unit weight, so you can call that as the unit weight of soil 2, and this is the depth of the layer, which is, or we can call that as the depth of the saturated layer. So that's how we can easily find out the vertical stresses at this particular point A, if we know the unit weights, the saturated unit weights, the depth of the water table, and the depth of the interest at which we want to find out the total vertical stress. Thank you so much for watching these videos, and I hope that you're enjoying it, and I will be sharing more videos as well. Assalamu alaikum and Allah Hafiz.